goodness, it has been so long since I've made a YouTube video. I'm literally so excited right now and also kind of sad because it's been so long. If you would like a life update, please stay until the end of the video where I'll basically be going more in depth on what's been happening in my life. But right now, I really just want to go into a full guide of self-care things that you can do. I did a lot of research, so I found out a lot of tricks and very specific things you can try to take care of yourself and de-stress. I don't do it enough. I'm assuming you probably don't do it enough either. So take this video as your sign and actually prioritize self-care because it is important. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on your notifications. As always, I say this in every video, but I haven't said that in so long. All right, and without further ado, let's get into the video. So today we'll be going over 6 different types of self-care. I know, I didn't actually know there were so many categories until I did some research, but there are. So the first one we are going to start off with is physical self-care. Number 1 is to do some sort of cardio. I love to do running. You could also try biking or swimming because it's just a really good way to get out a lot of stress and you feel really good after you do it. My personal tip for this is if you're not feeling like you really want to do it, or you're just not feeling motivation but you know that you want to, is just to put on your exercise clothes, and then after that you'll find that it's just so much easier to go and do it. Number 2, this is a personal favorite. It's to do some dance workouts off of YouTube. I will definitely leave my favorite ones on the screen. You should be doing this anyways, but I don't. I forget a lot of the times. It's just to take your vitamins and supplements on a regular basis, or however much you're supposed to take. This next one is just a really relaxing position to be in. It's just to put your legs up on the wall at a 90-degree angle. I do this before races for running purposes, but I honestly find that it's relaxing and kind of fun to do, so try it. If you're feeling really exhausted on a particular day, definitely take a nap in like the early afternoon window. The best time according to the internet is 45 minutes, but just do whatever is best for you, although I recommend not doing it too late so that you don't mess up your sleep schedule. When you don't have that much time, a really warm shower will really do the trick to de-stress. I find that when I'm in the shower, my thoughts become so much more clear and I become a lot less stressed. And if you happen to have a lot of time on your hands, lucky you, I would definitely take a bath with one of those bath bombs. That just sounds like so much fun. Ugh, I've been taking a bath in like 4 years. What am I talking about? So definitely stay hydrated. I'm sure you've heard that 1 billion times. So what I'm gonna say is definitely get yourself a cute water bottle and decorate it because it'll just make your drinking experience just so much better and you'll just feel so much more motivated to drink, right? Yeah, Hey, it works for me, guys. Don't judge, don't judge. Now for the last physical self-care one, this one is so stereotypical, but just do a face mask, okay? Honestly, face masks are really fun and I really recommend the peel-off ones because they are amazing. Moving on to mental self-care. So if you need time to declutter your thoughts or do something, with your brain, this is for you. So journal writing is really effective for some people if you want to be intentional about it and respond to prompts that you can definitely look up online, or you could also just, pull out a journal and write whatever comes to mind, or do free writing. Any kind of writing that you enjoy is a great way to spend your time. Another thing you could do is just to solve one of those puzzles. I find that at thrift stores, they often sell a lot of them. Honestly, I don't know how reliable it is, and by that I just mean like how many pieces they have, if they have all the pieces. You could also just buy them for cheap off of a lot of other places, and they're just a really good way to use your brain in a way that isn't stressful. It can be de-stressing and also fun at the same time. This one is really for people like me. It's to read that one book, and you know what book I'm talking about. And if you don't, ignore this because this isn't for you. But if you know what I'm talking about, just read that one book that you were meaning to read for the last 3 years, but you just haven't. I know, I was just a little bit specific there, but just ignore that, okay? Moving on. Next up, it's to kind of get back into a hobby that you've kind of just haven't done in a long time. Chances are you probably still enjoy doing that thing, but life got in the way. So just think about things that you kind of had to give up over the past couple of years. And if you have the time, maybe try it out again. Maybe you'll get back into it and kind of rediscover it, you know? This one is super specific, but go to a library and go to the section where they kind of have books that are all like tutorial-like, and just find yourself one and come home and feel inspired. Now, a great way to multitask if you don't have much time is to find a podcast that kind of interests you and just listen to it while you're doing something else like cooking or cleaning or organizing, whatever. Similarly, I do this every single week. It's just to download another audiobook. For some reason, for me, it's always some like young adult romance thing, and it's always the same plot line, but it's just a great way for me to multitask and feel more interested when I do things like exercise or homework, well, math homework specifically, because I cannot for the life of me listen to an audiobook while writing an essay. Like, who does that? Next up, set a timer, maybe 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, 45 minutes. Why did I go in the wrong order? Okay. However much time you have, just give yourself some time to be creative, whether that's painting, drawing, or whatever other artsy things you like to do, because being creative is a really great way to de-stress. Now, we have a common misconception here that coloring books are only for little kids, but you guys, that is not true at all. There are definitely some more like advanced adult coloring books, and they're just so relaxing. Another way to boost your mood is just to play your favorite playlist. Definitely make one. I'm an Amazon Music girl, but for all you Spotify people, don't even talk to me, okay? Just whatever. Make your playlist on your Spotify and listen to it when you feel like you need some energy boost or whatnot. And last but not least, for the mental self-care is just to go people watch somewhere. I honestly find it so interesting to just sit somewhere and watch other people go on with their lives. I know, it sounds super stalkerish, it sounds super creepy, but it's really relaxing and just fun to just watch other people for some reason. For some practical self-care to get your life in order, because sometimes that can be really stressful when everything is just a mess. So the first one is to delete photos off of your camera or your phone. I personally have no more space on my Google Photos, and it makes me so very sad. So I'm gonna have to take some time to actually delete like thousands of photos. Probably mostly the ones I take for school. They're very deletable, so yeah, go through your photos and delete them. Very similar thing, but also declutter your email. I have like tens of thousands of emails at this point, and it's really just not good, so I'm gonna go through them and delete the ones from like 2016 because they're just completely unnecessary. If you like organization, using a planner is a great way to organize your life. I love writing down everything that I have to do because it's very de-stressing for me. It's good for me to see, you know, everything that I have to do. I've actually never done this, but I've heard a lot of people do it before. It's to create a vision board. It's really just where you put, you know, the things that you aspire to be, the goals that you have in life, what you want to do, whether it's for the next few years, your whole life, or like the next month. For all you people that will understand what I'm saying, complete that one project or those two projects that you've been trying to do for a very, very long time, but just have been putting off because it just doesn't seem that important to you, or you just like have other things that are more important to do. Just finally complete it and you'll feel satisfied in some kind of way. Trust me. Now, if you have a lot of stuff to do, I highly recommend just do the small tasks first. Do the easiest things first, because it'll feel like a huge weight is being lifted off once you get like those really small annoying things out of the way, and then you can really just tackle the bigger ones. Now for some spiritual self-care. Obviously, everyone believes in different things, so that is totally fine, but it's good to take care of your spiritual mental health as well as any other kind of mental health, so I'm just gonna go over a few things that you can do. Number one is to do meditation of some kind or prayer, depending on what works for you. There are a lot of meditation apps out there that are really good. I'll leave some recommendations on the screen. You can also take a walk in nature. Personally, my favorite place in the world is just to go to the beach, and I love just like sitting there and staring out at the waves, you know. I don't know why, I think it's calming, so I recommend. If you practice some kind of religion, you should go to a church or another place of worship where you can find other people that believe in the same thing and really just find some sense of community, which is a great thing to do. And if you're seeking some kind of inspiration, definitely run to Pinterest because they have a lot of like inspirational things all over the thing. You can find like affirmations or positive quotes or whatever and just make those aesthetic boards. You know what I'm saying? Another thing you could do, I don't know if this really falls into the spiritual category per se, but it's to volunteer. I don't do this nearly enough, but if you have time, definitely it's a great thing to give your time to something else that you really believe in or want to support. And last but not least, I've been doing this for my typography class. It's been so fun. It's to decorate affirmation cards. I know it can be like a little cheesy sometimes to decorate those things, but like it's fun and you can like hang it up in your room. Oh, I should do a video about that. I haven't done room DIYs in so long, you guys. I promise a video will be coming out soon about that. Now for some social self-care. I'm gonna include things that fit for extroverts, introverts, and those in between because I know everyone kind of has their different social needs, so let's try to cover that. Now this is if you have time on your hands. It's just to reconnect with an old friend. I have lost connections with a lot of friends over the years and I definitely want to see how they're doing and kind of reconnect a little bit. I'm sure you've heard this one before, but delete that social media, whether that's for a day, a week, or month, or even just a couple hours, just however much time you think you can. I do this when I'm particularly busy or I'm just feeling really stressed out. The ones I delete are TikTok and Instagram. They distract me. Obviously, it's good to connect with friends, but sometimes you just need to take a step away from that. And if you want to go a step even further, you could just have some no phone time, which is really hard in today's society, but sometimes when I really need to focus or I'm really just don't want to look at my phone, I power it off and put it away. This one is super fun. It's to do a random act of kindness for a stranger. I will leave some ideas on the screen somewhere. But yeah, it's just really fun to do something nice for someone else and it'll probably bring a smile to their face and probably to yours too, so why not? For all you extrovert people out there, you should totally host a sleepover even if you're not like a young teenager. It's fine, it's fine. I still have sleepovers like, well, okay, I don't, but like I used to, so I kind of want to. I haven't done that in so many years and I feel like it would be so fun. Okay, for some environmental self-care, because it is very important to be in a space that you are comfortable in, that you can de-stress in, all those things. So we're gonna go over how you can help yourself with that. All right, this is something that I really need to do. It's to organize your room. When things are a mess, I feel like people often get stressed out more, unless you're someone that's just not bothered by that. But when everything is more organized, it's just a great space to be in. This one is super simple. I think you should do it as a habit. It's just to make your bed in the morning. Great way to just organize your life from the very beginning of every single day. If your place needs some spicing up, definitely buy a houseplant or some flowers for yourself because why not? I highly recommend a cactus because cactuses last literally forever and you can kind of like forget about them and they'll still be okay? Like it's not the best thing to neglect your cactuses for years, but they probably, don't count me on this, they probably won't die. So, all right, this one is a room must. If you don't have this, I'm so sorry. Where have you been? Get yourself some fairy lights. Look at these beautiful lights behind me. They just make the space so much better. Honestly, you can get like, okay, I guess they don't have to be fairy lights, but any kind of like cool lights, you know, the light changing ones that were on TikTok are super cool. Highly recommend it. Just do it. A great thing to do, especially in the winter time, is to find some really cozy, comfy pieces of clothing to wear. Find yourself that snuggy pair of shoes. Okay, so as promised, here is my life update. Just had to step outside because I lost light in the house and it was very sad. First of all, thank you so much for still watching. If you're still watching this, oh my gosh, that means so much to me because you're literally watching a life update on a channel that has 400 subscribers. Basically, 3 months ago, I started school in person for the first time in 1.5 years. And I went into it thinking, it seems reasonable for me to output a video once a week. Like, it'll be tough, but I got this. And bam, school hit and it was like, school's a mess. It was so chaotic and my schedule was just so bad for like the first month. It took me a long time to figure that out. And after I finally got settled into school, like college application season hit. And I was like, okay, I have to worry about my future now? Like, no, I can't do that. So basically I was swept up in a huge wave of stress and panicking for the last while. The good news though is that I have finally finished my college applications and I am ready to get back onto YouTube more on a regular basis. I don't know about once a week because that's a lot, but yeah, I still want to make YouTube videos because it's a lot of fun. Not to mention the fact that I did write in my college essays that I will be continuing my YouTube channel, so I can't lie about that. Like, I have morals, like I can't. I'm just kidding, that's not the reason that I'm continuing. It's because I genuinely enjoy making YouTube videos. I would love to know how you guys are doing, so definitely update me in the comments. I'll leave a comment down below and you can just reply to it and tell me how your life is going. Unless I see you on like a regular basis, unless you're like a family member or friend, that would be funny if you respond to that. But yeah, let me know. I would love to know either way. How are you guys? I have not filmed an outro in so long, so I'm so out of practice, but I hope you have an amazing week. Remember to prioritize your self-care. It's very important and it's not a selfish thing to do at all if you have the time, where a lot of these actually don't require you to take that much time out of your life, or you can just multitask it or weave it into a regular part of your life. It's important to take care of yourself. Believe me, I have not been doing enough. You probably have not been doing enough, so this is your sign. Take care of yourself, okay? I hope you have an amazing week and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!